Hello guys, and today I'm going to be building a solar station and launching it from the moon if you hadn't read the title. So I'm gonna start building it. In this video I'm actually talking because I decided to put my mic on. And I actually have a reason to talk. So I'm gonna be launching this off of the moon. I'm gonna first start building it. Now this is, the solar station is for object tracking so we can find out what's in space around the sun. And it's hard to focus while you're talking, just notice that. Okay. So, this should be pretty easy to get in orbit if it isn't too wiggly. We're gonna have a couple Kerbals on board because there'll be no way they get it back, because if I can't dock things. I don't know how to do that yet. Well, I do, I just can't get it right. It's hard enough to get something even close to the same orbit. I'm gonna have to do that around the sun. Oh, this is gonna be orbiting the sun, by the way. Now, when you're building these, you're gonna want to have stuff on them like this to make them look cooler. But if you're making any sort of space station, all you really need is just a science thing and communications. Stuff like that. I always forget these though. This part is where the solar panels are going to be. And hopefully if I spawn in the light setting, then I won't have the time more causing the stuff to stop. These. So these solar panels, there'll be a lot of solar panels. It'll be cool looking. I want to try out some new designs too. I don't want this video to be too long though, so now if this launches correctly, then I'll have another solar station orbit around the sun, but I want it to be farther away so it can easier track objects. Make it easier to track objects. Because the other solar station really isn't doing much. Oh, and this will be a single launch space station because I can't dock. I feel like I'm not talking enough here. It's just me opening solar panels. I have no idea when I'm gonna upload this video though. Most likely after I'm done recording it. And I can watch the solar station while it's doing it. Actually, when I built my first one, it was solar panels were clipping into each other, so it messed up and fell apart. But since it'll be orbiting the sun, it'll have plenty of power. Or plenty of light for the solar panels. And at some point, I may even try and put a space station around Minimus. Or like a satellite. Or relay thing. And I do gotta put more of those in the space though. And I've already done some stuff on this save. Now let's say, if all the solar panels break, it's gonna have to have a lot of stuff on, oops, so it can stay active for a little bit longer. And I just want to make this longer. Okay. Now I want this to be my next biggest space station. On a different save, I actually have ones with gravity rings and stuff. Base hotels that orbit the moon. Because that was the easiest place to put them. Now I'll have a couple of these. Maybe like 4 or 5. Because like I need to do a lot of object tracking with this. It's gonna be big. And in case you didn't know, in order to use these, you have to be in a solar orbit. Which is good, because this is going to be an orbit around the sun. So I'll have a few Kerbals on it. I will not put the original Kerbals on there. Jebediah and Bob actually just got back from Minimus, as I managed to save them without a heat shield. That was pretty stressful. Was though. Now I'm gonna attach a huge rocket to this. All I'll need to do is just go out in space. But I want the moon positioned away from Kerbin, so it'll be harder for me to get stuck in an orbit around that, instead stuck in an orbit around the sun. Which is a good thing. This won't have any science units on it, it'll just have a bunch of other stuff. Relay antennas, yes I need those. But if I do make this too big, then it'll, like, when I'm launching it, it'll be a bit wiggly. These especially. Because I won't be able to connect them down here, so it'll just be, like, wiggly. So this will be like an eating area, because these have tables in them. That's why I always use them. And I already have these made, so I just put these up. Ooh. Yeah, solar panels are vital on space stations. Makes them look cooler. That's literally the only reason I have this many solar panels on. Is just to make it look cooler. See? Very cool. I'll put another one of these on. One of the object trackers. Ooh, this is probably weird. I don't know if it'll be able to launch first try. It might be a bit too wiggly. Because I'm good at that. I wish I could retract all these at once. It'd be much quicker. So I may go for the Saturn V style kinda things. You'll see in a minute. Yeah, see? They won't be connected down here. Ooh, actually, I'm gonna have them up like that. It'll be a bit weird though, it's kind of clipping in, so I gotta move it in more. move it out more. No, move it in more. I guess there isn't that many solar panels. I don't have to put in that many since it's doing them for both sides, thankfully. Actually, I don't think I'll be able to get the rocket that much bigger because I can't go up much more. Okay, I can go up much more. Too bad I didn't record me saving Bob and Jebediah. Considering I wasn't able to revert flight, I could just reload the quick saves. Ugh. It's not good. Gotta do this. Okay. It's a bit odd, but it just might work. It'll be very wobbly up here. I've got to do something about that. Because I can't get the strut connectors get long enough to connect to the bottom rocket. But I just might be able to kind of connect it so only the top's wiggling. And plus I won't be doing that much turning in space, I'll just be going straight up. It's gonna be harder than I thought. Alright, that's good. Now this is gonna have to have enough fuel. And yeah. If it doesn't, then it'll get stuck in space and I'll have to revert flight. Alright, Saturn V parts are these giant fuel tanks. And I could hook up a bunch of boosters to them. Just because, why not? I do that. I'll be launching off the moon, so I don't really need... There's no atmosphere to create drag, so... Oh. Yeah, I like these parts. They're cool looking. Too bad you can't make them all black. Alright, now I just gotta move this up and attach a huge amount of boosters. And that should be enough. I'm just gonna hook up a bunch of solid boosters here. Now hopefully this won't be as wiggly as I think it might be. Now I'm gonna put a bunch of these vector engines on. And I need a bunch. Like, this is a lot. I mean, it's a kind of a big payload, I guess. Most of the video will just be me building. I don't know how I could speed this up. And, yeah. So if you don't care about the building, I would say you just skip it. But if you are interested in how I'm building this, then you're still watching. Actually, I don't know if you guys can hear me. And like the two of you watching. Yes, I am putting an insane amount of boosters on this. I don't trust it. Yeah, I did this earlier. Well, not this, but I made a thing. It was a cool thing. I forgot what it was called. It was a Arctic Research Center. It was pretty small, but I built it, and the rocket that I sent to go to the Arctic because I wanted to get there fast. The side boosters, these ones I had two of them on, they didn't disconnect because they were connected. They weren't connected to the decouplers I put on. think that's about 16 boosters, plus the million I put on the bottom. If it doesn't launch up, then I don't know what will. Oh, and I do have to put a bunch of strut connectors on this. Just to be sure, because that doesn't look very connected, does it? And if this is a success, then if you're watching, it'll probably be a success. And if not, then you probably won't be watching this, and I won't have my biggest space station. This, I think, will be my biggest, my biggest space station ever launched into orbit around anything. And I have landed on Minimus before, by the way, and gotten back. But it was Valentina Kerbal is the one who got back. But she never landed on Minimus. She just went close to it, and I aborted the mission because she didn't have enough fuel left. And she was actually there to save Bob and Jebediah Kerbal, but I just managed to get them back. And the thing about Valentina, she had heat shield. They didn't. And I am surprised I managed to get them back. Because they were on fire most of the time too. They were going fast. Okay, this should be able to take off. No, I probably won't be able to have the boost all the way up because it will be wiggly. I know that for sure. I gotta first put some Kerbals on. So I'm just gonna put the rest of the people I have. Thankfully not actual people. Alright, these guys will just be... If I make another mission to Minimus, Jebediah will certainly be coming. And then Bob, because he's a scientist, and I forgot what the engineer is before. What? Save. Alright. We will be launching from the mountain. Oh, I may have to time warp, so I'm gonna have to bring out the solar panels. Well, because I want to get into a farther orbit, because I already said why. And I don't know how long this has been yet. I think it's been like 10 minutes. I'm recording off the PS4, so I don't know how long it's been. And I haven't set a timer for anything. But I've got an hour. Okay. I'm positioned in the exact opposite place I want to be positioned in, and whoa. What's this? Oh, Space Hotel. Okay. Oh, this is gonna take forever. Oh, I don't think I'll be able to do it how I want to do it. Well, I'm gonna revert back to launch so I don't have to deal with the motors not being activated. Because they most certainly ran out of batteries in those few days I was time warping. So if I ever do another mission to Minimus, I'll probably be recording it. Hopefully, because the craft I used, I edited it because it wasn't meant to get back, but it but it was able to get back. Okay. If this doesn't blow up instantly, that's gonna turn on the light so I can see a bit better. That's the wiggling I'm talking about. It's not meant to do that. Certainly not. Okay. I'm certainly getting rid of that small piece. The little, supposed to be eating area. So this may not be the biggest space station after all. I'm certainly getting rid of this you saw how it was bending. Can't have that, it's illegal. No bending allowed. I guess that was metal bending. So I'm just gonna put another one of those. So I'll be able to fit these on. Ooh, like this. Okay. I guess those two will be fine. This won't be the biggest space station I've ever built. It might be, but I don't know. So I'm just gonna do that. And then put this here. Because I can't put the Saturn V parts on immediately. Because this is in the way. Hopefully it won't be like wiggling too much. It's where, and the SAS should be able to keep up with it. Alright. Maybe I could reduce the amount of engines too. But I have enough engines. May not even have enough engines. I need about 100,000 more. I should have enough fuel to get myself in orbit around the sun because it's not that hard. Because I do it all the time accidentally. Like I said, it was gonna be wiggly. I guess it wasn't that wiggly. It was only like bending 80 degrees. 90-degree angle. Ah, probably more. Or less. Okay. Do I have to spawn on the dark side every time? Like, what's blocking me from this? Oh. The moon is. Zoom out for the surprise. Whoa. What was that? Alligator hinges. I didn't need those solar panels anyways. I didn't need those anyways. But those are gonna collide with me. Okay, so this is a solar station. It's a bit destroyed because the motors aren't doing their... No. The motors are doing their jobs. It's just not. They just ran out of fuel. Okay. If I was able to actually see, then I would know what went wrong. But I guess I could just make it daytime. Which will be... because that'll disable the motors, which I don't want to happen. But that might be the only way so I can actually see why it's doing that. Other than the fact it's too big. Okay. Oh wow, I don't think it used all of its batteries. Okay. Oh yeah, I should turn on the SAS. Good idea. Now let's see what goes wrong. Oh well, actually, I might have had too much thrust. So if it actually is creating drag, it would be pulling down on it, and that's why that happened. So I got to go up nice and slowly. Don't even have my vector engines though. The 1,000 of them. No, I don't feel like counting. Okay. So I'll just keep it how it is. Because if I get into the right orbit around the sun, I will still be behind the Earth. Because I want to be behind Kerbal, not the Earth. Bit of a cartoonish rocket, other than the fact it's in a video game. Ah, see? It's just wiggling. Or, it's not really wiggling, those things are just doing what they want to. I don't know why. Yeah, I put them in. Spinning now. I guess spinning's better than exploding, which normally happens. We're gonna be here for a while, aren't we? Maybe it was the vector engines that screwed everything up. No, it's because I had them on full blast. In fact, I seem to be turning a bit. Oh yeah, now that I have the vector engines on, I could probably have better control since... Yep, those are now... You see, I don't get why that happens. But hopefully the SAS is good enough to counter whatever happening here. Pretty sure I've done this with a bigger solar station. I don't know. Once I get this into orbit and get everything how I want it to, I will check out the other solar station that I have, because I have another one, I think. Yes, I do. What is that? Is that... Oh, that's Minimus's orbit. Okay. I thought so because it was like... because of how it was. Let's go. Oh yeah, that's the amount of engines I have. Okay, didn't need those anyways. What's the amount of battery stuff I have? It's just making it weird. It's just too wobbly at the top and it's making me lose control. Don't worry, we'll get this in orbit. So it's the batteries that are the culprit. Okay. This should be a straight shot at the sun. Now I could just terminate the other one. Oh. Okay, well, I guess I'm not going past Earth, but still, it's orbit around the sun. Boom. Okay, it's good, even though I'm missing half my soul. Okay, now it's time to decouple before anything else breaks. Okay. Ooh. Come on, stop moving. Oh, I gotta turn on the RCS and it'll help. If it... These don't have built-in RCS, do they? Oh. Easy. There we go. Alrighty. What are those? I don't know where those came from, actually. Okay. Get those up. Boom! The whole thing explodes. That would suck, considering how far I am into this. Yeah, it takes forever to do one orbit around the sun. Probably actually more than a year. And... I'm going so fast. Like 9,000 meters per second. So I think it's more than subsonic speed. I should have put these in an action group so I could have done all of them. I wasn't actually expecting this to make it. Oh, well, the solar panels didn't, but that doesn't matter. Alright, so we can start doing research in the science modules once I get these solar panels extended to refill the batteries, because these have been a problem. Not the power, the batteries, because they make the thing go all over the place and wiggly. But not anymore, because reasons. Even though I'm going really fast. Minimus is in such a slow orbit around Earth. And that kind of makes it harder to get to. Because you always end up overshooting it. Or at least I do. Even when I use the maneuver nodes. I'm still like a beginner with those things. But I did use like 1 or 2 on the mission to Minimus, so. It's good. Alright. I can't believe we could see carbon. Alright. Start the object tracking. Log observation. Data. No labs are currently manned. Are you kidding me? There is a scientist in one of the labs. Is there? Alright. No, I think some of them are in the hitchhiker ones. Hitchhiker storage container. Alright. Oh! Lights. Start the read. Did I seriously not put any scientists in the scientist things? No, they're all in the hitchhiker things. You're kidding me, right? So I only have like 8 Kerbal. This part is full. Oh. That's because I put everybody but a scientist in them. Because I'm just that smart. That's full too. Did I transfer a scientist? No. Okay. Whoever's in here, get out, because you're not a scientist. Whoever's in here, you are a scientist. Get in there so you start doing your research. There we go. Alright. Now I can finally log the observation data. I get science. And you start object tracking too. You also log observation data. Oh. 1 second. Alright, who else is a scientist? Havlin. Havlin a good time? Alright, Havlin Kerbal. I need you to come. Into this science module. Unless there's already... Oh no. Because I have to have another science thing open for them. So I'll have these 3 labs all doing their things. Havlin Kerbal will go here. And then we'll be able to log the observation data and do more science. This will be like a thing, transmit more data. You transmit data too. You transmit data. I had another one that was folded. And I will do that if I can find it. I'll have it as like an emergency one, but I'll have it open just to have it open. So this is it. So I want to have this as like my thumbnail to get people to click on the video. Don't mind those. Oh, I'm gonna have to terminate every one of those, and there's like 16 of them. Oh man, I should have put more thought into this. Okay, well, I did it. Quick save. Go to the tracking station, and I will show you guys my first solar station that I did not record, if I have it in this save. And then I'll show you the space hotel, and then that'll be the end of the video. So, small solar station, okay. It's a small solar station, I guess. Which means that other solar station might have been the biggest one I've ever launched in the save. So it could still hold its record. I like launching space stations, they're fun. Even if they are useless, so this really is tiny. Anyways, this is completely useless, I just have it just to have it. I don't know. Oh, I did this for a reason. To try and get that trophy that I didn't get, because I don't know. These are object tracking. Transfer the data. Mapping Duna. Oh. Isn't that already mapped? That's researching. Why is that blue? Oh. That was a guidance unit. I thought that was a battery thing. Battery bank. Oh, okay. Let's get this faster done. Faster done. Done faster. My camera sucks today. Ooh, it'll be the second video I've uploaded today. Because I wanted to do something other than me building Poseidon in Minecraft, because that's just boring for you guys to watch. Granted, Kerbal Space Program's probably boring, but a little less boring because I'm actually talking. And doing more stuff other than placing blocks, and standing still, looking and thinking, looking at a picture. Because that's how I built that ship, I was looking at pictures. And I watched like the beginning of the movie twice. And I took a few pictures on my phone that I've yet to use. Oh crap, okay, yeah, this may be my biggest space station I have ever built. It isn't really a ring, I guess. It's more like an oval, but it spins. And engage that. Nah, I don't want to put it all the way up, no matter how desperately I want to do it. I just can't, because if all the people on this die, then that would suck. Anyways, this is it. It looks... It's probably one of my better looking space hotels. And I'll get this in front of the sun so you guys can see it. And this has been out for a year. In a few days. 3 days. Yeah, it'll be out. It's been out for a year. And these Kerbal's bones are dead. Because that gravity ring hadn't been turned on in the 62 days. So they are dead. The bones. They have no bones. Do Kerbals have bones? No, the Kermans. Or the Kerbals? It's a good question. Alright. I'm gonna end the video looking at the space station so I can get that cool thing I wanted. A thumbnail. Speaking of thumbnails. Alright. Yeah, I don't know how to like make your own things. So just so I'm just gonna end this once I get to it, get it at a good angle, and then the video will end. You know, how I normally do it. So, if I do another video on Kerbal Space Program, which I obviously probably will, I like this game. I like money. Then I'll probably show you guys my Arctic base that I worked very hard to get there. Seriously, I don't know why it took me so long to be able to get an Arctic base there. Because, like, I wanted to do it fast. So I'm just gonna get the screen cleared. I found out how to do it once, but then I forgot how to do it. So now I forgot. Oh, you know, I know I can get rid of that way. No, not that button. Don't know what that just did. I hope that didn't do anything. Alright, go away. I'm lost. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you like this video, make sure to leave a like, and if you don't, then dislike it. And if you like my videos, then subscribe and turn on the bell for notifications whenever I upload a video. I don't know when I'm gonna do it.